Feel like an old 80s damn TV show. We're gonna make it after all.
That's crazy.
Hello, Mr. Sotomayor. This is Celine. I'm not sure if you saw my other video that I posted in regards to my response to your bus driver video, but I did post that on YouTube, and I'm not sure whether or not you saw it. But if you did not see it yet, it has been posted. I tried to get in touch with you on your show last night and couldn't get through. My phone kept on disconnecting for some strange reason, and I lost my order in line as a result of it. But that's okay, because I'm posting this video so that way you can get my point of view in regards to some of your topics. Now, for today, I would like to address your topic about Yo Mama Black. I remember you said something in your video about how these black women are saying stupid stuff about Yo Mama Black as a rebuttal towards you talking about black women and how they like to act crazy. Now, I agree with you, Mr. Sotomayor, that that's a crazy rebuttal, because how can you place in a category your mama with other females? I can't place my mama in a category with all these other females. Yeah, she might be black, but there are no similarities other than gender and race between other black women and my mother. It's like comparing apples and oranges. So using the rebuttal of your mama is black doesn't even make sense. If you make the comparisons between typical black women and your mother, you won't find many similarities. Just as I make typical comparisons between my mom and other black women, I can't see any similarities. My mother's been part of my life for 3 decades. Can't say that about other women. My mother would take the shirt off her back for me. Can't say that about other women. My mother will always ask me, hey, do you need a couple bucks? Hey, you know what I'm saying, you need anything else? Call me when you get home. Make sure you text me. Other women don't do that. So, with that being said, how can I possibly and logically place my mother in the same category as other black women? I can't do it. I don't see the similarities between the two, so there's no way that I can possibly compare the two. And therefore, I can definitely say that that rebuttal about your mama is black is not a good rebuttal. And the rebuttal was only put in place for the purposes of keeping you silent about talking about black women. Now you see, Mr. Sotomayor, people are comfortable with living in denial. They would rather live in denial than to hear somebody tell the truth. Whenever somebody comes up, steps up, and tells things like it is, people don't want to hear it. People don't want to hear that they're loud and violent and rowdy and ignorant and stupid and ain't got common sense. They don't want nobody to tell them all this stuff. Because the moment that you start telling them stuff is the moment that they get mad at you. But Mr. Sotomayor, I support your objective of spreading the word. Because I can tell you one thing, it needs to be said. It needs to be elaborated on. It needs to be talked about. You know what I'm saying? And it needs to be given feedback or getting feedback from other people to see what their feelings about it are. But as always, you know what I'm saying, you're going to be faced with the guys or the ladies or whoever who always have a difference of opinion, but usually they don't know how to express their difference of opinion. They resort to hurling insults and cursing and then not only that, harassing you. That's now is getting out of line. You know what I'm saying? Things are now out of pocket. Because people will rather take the time out to harass you rather than dispute the words that you're saying. If there's something about what you're saying that I don't agree with, I will take the time out to dispute it. I will take the time out to elaborate my point of view as to why I don't agree with your point of view. Constantly harassing you does nothing but justifies the very point that you've been making about black women. That they're belligerent, ignorant, stupid, and don't know how to conduct themselves properly. So with that being said, Mr. Sotomayor, you pretty much have a valid point. I mean, if you're saying something about a woman or something about black women, and it's true, what they would do is they would come out and say, well, you know what? Maybe it is like this. Maybe it is like that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it is, this is how they operate, this is how they act, and as a result, it needs to be changed some kind of way. It needs to be modified some kind of way. What can we do to modify this outrageous behavior from black women? What can be done to modify it? And I think the change starts within the black women. Because in order for them to change, and in order for them to improve themselves to the so-called queens that they want to be, they have to look in the mirror and say to themselves, I'm going to make a change today. Just like that song by Michael Jackson. I'm talking to the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. Just like that song. Now, it's all a matter of these black women taking the time out to do what Michael Jackson said in that song. Look in the mirror and change your ways. If you continue to live in denial, if you continue to act rowdy, then you're going to continue to do the same stuff. You got to be willing to admit that you have an issue in order for you to fix it. Black women are not willing to admit that this is an issue with them. A lot of them are not. But the thing is this, they pretty much prove themselves to be what you're saying by the way that they act, by the way that they respond. So, wait a minute, if what you're saying is so wrong, and if what you're saying is so inaccurate, then why did they come along and prove what you just said? That's weird. It's strange to me, and it kind of sort of goes along the lines of go figure, because it's like you say they're one thing, and then they end up coming along and showing you that they're that thing. Not to mention, in addition to all the other videos that you posted. So, Mr. Sotomayor, keep up the good work. I hope that you spread the word as much as you can. And as for the people who's going against you and all the haters, just remember one thing. You have more credibility in your standpoint than they do. You have more credibility because of the fact that you're preaching the truth. You have more credibility because you're not only are you able to speak what you're saying, but you're also able to provide video proof of what you're saying is true. I mean, a lot of men feel this way about black women. A lot of black men feel this way about black women. If they would just get their act together, you know what I'm saying, they could be considered, once again, as dateable people. But right now, it seems as if only black women are only good for a good screw. You know what I'm saying? Wham, bam, thank you, man. That's it. Can't start a family with them. Can't marry them. Can't make them into a housewife. Can't do nothing like that. Just screw them and leave them. And it's only like that because that's the only thing that they make themselves good for. So, just to let you know, Mr. Sotomayor, I want you to keep up the good work. And I want you to check your messages on Facebook. I think I sent you a message telling you to go look at my other video, but I'm not sure if you got it or not. Most likely you didn't have a chance to respond to it because I'm pretty sure that your mailbox is bombarded with emails, maybe like thousands per day. So if you didn't have a chance to look at that email that I sent you on Facebook, that's okay. That's why I'm putting up this video. Hopefully you'll have a chance to see this. So with that being said, Mr. Sotomayor, keep up the good work. I support you 100%. And hopefully next time around, I'll be able to talk to you on your show.
You're like an old 80s damn TV show. We're gonna make it after all.
That's crazy.